I love the ocean and everything in it, and because I knew there would be so many interesting things to learn about. Let's swim deep down into the ocean to find more about mermaids. You will learn about mermaid sightings, mermaid art, mermaid tales, and mermaids in movies and shows. I will tell you some interesting facts, and you'll find yourself loving these mysterious water creatures. History, mermaid sightings. Many sailors often came back from trips on the sea and told of mermaids they saw, most of them sitting on rocks, combing their own hair. Christopher Columbus claimed to have seen 3 mermaids. He described them as ugly. Now we think that sailors probably saw seals, manatees, and dugongs, and were probably tired out, maybe at night, and they could have mistaken one of these creatures for a mermaid. History, mermaid art. Mermaids also appear in different forms of art, such as paintings, drawings, sculptures, and other media. It is important that mermaids do show up in art because that tells us a lot about what people used to think of mermaids. For instance, the Garden of Earthly Delight, a 15th century painting by Hieronymus Bosch, there is what looks like an evil mer creature next to an ambiguous mermaid. It shows that people in the 15th century may have not thought of mermaids as nice creatures. Sirens, a type of mermaid, were thought to lure sailors in the wrong direction. Another example is an English woodcut made in the 16th century. It shows a mermaid holding a mirror in one hand and a brush in the other. Clearly she was combing her hair. It was thought that mermaids were vain. This is a common theme with mermaids. A great sculpture of a mermaid on a rock in Copenhagen, Denmark, reminds me of both Hans Christian Andersen's story, The Little Mermaid. It was built in 1913 and is a modern-day mermaid, someone with love in her heart like us. The original tale is about a young mermaid who lives at the bottom of the sea with her sisters. When she is old enough, she gets to swim to the surface. At the surface, she rescues a drowning sailor and falls in love. She wishes that she could live on shore with him and trades her looks for legs. History, mermaid tales. There are a lot of historical tales about mermaids. Some of those tales include the mermaid's revenge, Manana of the waterfall, and the serpent and the sea queen. There is also what people believe all around the world. In Europe, what figures may mean that a person is part fish. In Scotland, an evil blood-drinking mermaid lives in a lake. A magic cap allows Irish mermaids and mermen known as merrows to live under the sea. Some medieval mermaids are somewhat like birds. In Japan, there are examples of mermaids carved in small, wooden purses, and the ocean gods of New Zealand have long tongues for eating fish. A tale I really liked was The Merman of Coos Bay. The story is about a Native American girl, and he asks her to live with him at the bottom of the sea. She says yes, but only if she gets to visit her family every once in a while. He agrees, and she goes with him to where he lives. A few years later, she asks the merman if she could visit her family, and he says okay. One time, when her brothers are hunting, they mistook her for an otter, and they aimed at her. They hit her with arrows until they realized it was their own sister. She told her brothers they would find a whale the next day. When they did, they shared all the meat with the villagers. Every year afterwards, she gave the village a whale as a gift from the people of the sea. Popular culture books. Mermaids in movies and TV shows. Mermaids are popular in movies and TV shows. Some examples of mermaids in movies are Splash, Aquamarine, Peter Pan, Pirates of the Caribbean, and The Little Mermaid. Some shows about mermaids are H2O, Just Water, and Mako Mermaids, an underwater adventure. My favorite show is H2O, Just Water. It is about 3 teenage girls who fall into a magic pool called the Moon Pool, located on a mysterious and dangerous island called Mako Island. The moon pool gives them power on the fishtail, which they develop if they touch water and don't dry off within 15 seconds. It's a very fun and adventurous show, which is pretty much why I love it. Interesting facts. There are so many examples of mermaids in our history and culture, and here are some more. Many years ago, people thought that since there were seahorses, sea cows, and sea snakes, there would also be mermaids and mermen, because on land there were horses, cows, snakes, and humans too. They thought that for every land animal, there would also be an animal in the ocean that is similar. From time to time, mermaids washed up on shores and died there. Sometimes a doctor would examine their organs and say they had the same organs as humans. It would have been hard to examine the mermaid found in 87 AD in Scotland, according to a very old Irish history book. This mermaid was 195 feet long, and her hair was 18 feet. Her nose and fingers also measured 7 feet. There have been mermaid stories for thousands of years, and these stories from different places mixed together to create what we know mermaids as today. From their head down to their waist, they're human, but instead of legs, they have long fishtail with scales that moves like a shark or dolphin. Ancient legends tell of fish-tailed gods or water spirits, and maybe those were the first idea of mermaids. In Coney Island, New York, there's a parade called the Mermaid Parade. In the parade, people dress up like mermaids, and it is done to celebrate the beginning of summer. Conclusion. Some of the important things I learned were that mermaids are even more historical than I ever thought or knew, and that mermaids are even honored in our parade. Some things that surprised me were the amount of tales and legends, and a lot of the art. I'm going to keep the information I got, and maybe someday use what I know to become an expert. It would be really fun to be an expert on mermaids and a real mermaid. The best part about working on this topic is that